Welcome to Acutely Amanda. I'm Amanda. Today I am in the next phase of my container garden. In the previous video, which I'll put a link to here, I started my seeds, and now I have my seedlings, and they are ready to transplant into their next size pot up. This will be the last phase before they go into my actual containers on my porch. I took a few little clips of the seeds as they came up, and I got to move them out of their little seed starting house onto my windowsill, and I'll insert that here. My first two seeds have sprouted. These are 2 tomatoes. Another tomato is up. You can see one pod had 1, one had 2, and one had 3. The fish peppers have emerged enough to go up. These guys aren't quite ready yet. The chocolate pepper has come up. Those are the fish peppers. And that is 2 of the pods of the ancho peppers have come up. So you can see one more seed came up. This is an ancho pepper. And unfortunately none of my new boy peppers that I cross-growed myself came up. So you can tell when seedlings are ready to move into the next container up because they have 4 leaves on them. So you can see there's 4 leaves on this pepper. So that means it's ready to transplant. And actually my tomatoes were a little ahead of my peppers, so they've been ready for a little while. This guy's getting kind of droopy, and that's because they actually really need more room for their roots and to be able to get enough water. So before I started recording, I sat down and I prepared all of my little pots. They're all labeled with what plant is in them, and I did an equal mix of peat moss and container garden dirt. And that equal mix will help make sure their water stays, the moistness in the soil stays about right without causing root rot. So I'm going to go ahead and transplant these guys, starting with my ancho peppers. Next is my chocolate peppers. Next is my fish peppers. These are cool. They are the little variegated leaves, and the peppers are also variegated themselves. So that means they have little white striations on their leaves, and there's little white striations on the peppers too. And finally, it's time for my little tomatoes. Now I actually have 1 seedling left, but I decided not to plant it because it's actually looking kind of ick. And that means root rot has probably set in already, so I'm just going to say goodbye to it. It's one of the sad facts of gardening. So the last thing you need to do when you transplant is water each transplant. So I'm all prepared for that as well. I have this plate for any overspillage. I have this little watering jug. And I have this little shot glass because it's convenient to measure with. And I'm just going to pour 1 to 2 of these into each container. And they can take a minute for the water to drip through. So I'm not going to make you watch me do all of that because I'll probably have to come and go as the water drips through. But that's the last step. So then all these little guys will go into my window, and the next time you see me, it'll be time to transplant them into their porch containers. Thanks for watching. I hope you like and subscribe. Bye.